Talk safety. I can be a bit of a cynical old fart, but still can think of very little negative to say about safety on the job site. It has a positive impact on workers on rooftops, in the field, and in the trenches. I'd like to talk a little about recent history of safety programs and how I have seen them evolve since 1975. Safety meetings have went from none to maybe once a month with no documentation to once a week to every morning. PPE went from nothing to what we see now. I remember when safety vests showed up on job sites. I was working for Standard General, and my best guess was 1988-ish. Let me know below in the comments if you can correct me on that year, or if you have some input on the evolution of safety programs. Because the goal of this channel is to train grader operators, in this safety video I am going to talk about beginner grader operators versus experienced ones. And some of what I am going to talk about here is my own personal views. Beginner operators have a much higher chance of having an accident than accomplished ones. Big surprise, eh? But I am going to tell you why. It's all about being preoccupied. When you're learning to build streets with a grader, there is a lot of things to remember and a lot of obstacles to go around. And to add to the stress, your accuracy of your work is being checked by a grade crew. When you are focusing so hard at the task at hand, it is hard to find enough mental capacity to focus on safety at the same time. I'm going to tell you my approach to safety and how I deal with it on the job site. When I am working, I always have a mental safety program running in the background. Like Windows may have an antivirus always running in the background. I always try to keep track of who is on the job site and approximately where they are, and try to memorize where all of the hazards and obstacles are. I also encourage people who are working on the ground to let me know if someone is approaching, either through body language or two-way radios work great for that. I can remember when I first started finishing streets, I was so mentally exhausted by the end of a 12-hour day, I could barely drive home. Now, I can whistle while I work, run that safety program I was talking about in the background, and at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the arthritis, I would feel pretty good driving home. What I am getting at is that when you are trying to learn something, you can be so preoccupied with the task at hand that it is hard to focus on safety at the same time. If you start feeling exhausted, take a little break. Get out of the machine and go for a 5-minute walk. I personally believe that you can also be preoccupied with something traumatic that just happened at home or on the job site. And that will put you in a high-risk category of having an accident. A happy crew is a much safer crew. And the Vernism word of the day is preoccupied. If you think this video was helpful, or if you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel and give me a like. See you next time.